Okay, so today we're going to try to tackle something pretty big. AI for business owners. I know you're hearing all this buzz about AI, right? But maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, maybe even a little skeptical. Is this stuff really going to revolutionize your business? Or is it just another one of those tech trends that's going to fade away? And then what about the practicalities? How can you actually use AI without, becoming a tech expert overnight?
Yeah, it really is moving fast.
That's what we're going to try to unpack today. We've got a stack of research and articles specifically focused on the anxieties business owners have about AI. And we're going to kind of break them down one by one. We're talking about those worries that keep you up at night. Will AI, make costly mistakes? Will it make your business feel impersonal and robotic? And the most important question, is it really worth the investment, especially if you're a smaller business with a tighter budget?
Right.
We'll tackle all of those tough questions. And I've got our expert guide right here to help us navigate the complexities of AI
Mm.
and separate fact from fiction.
Yeah, I'm glad we're starting with the skepticism,
Mm.
because honestly, I think it's the best approach to any new technology. You're right to question the hype and demand concrete answers before you jump in. The good news is, the reality of AI today is often far more nuanced and practical than the headlines might lead you to believe.
Okay, so let's dig into these anxieties. Our sources highlight three big ones that seem to be on everyone's mind. Accuracy, that fear of losing the human touch, and of course the big question of ROI. Let's start with accuracy. The fear here is that AI will, make mistakes, maybe provide information that's generic, or just plain wrong, and those mistakes could cost your business time and money.
Yeah, for sure.
If I were putting my business on the line, I'd want to be pretty damn sure that the information I'm getting is accurate.
Absolutely right. To demand that level of certainty. And it's understandable why people worry about this, especially given some of the high-profile AI blunders we've seen. Early AI systems were definitely less sophisticated, and they often struggled with the kind of nuanced judgment that humans take for granted. But what's really fascinating is that modern AI has evolved significantly. We're talking about advanced machine learning algorithms that can analyze massive data sets with incredible precision, finding patterns and insights that humans might miss.
So you're saying the AI of today is a far cry from those early systems that made all those embarrassing mistakes. But how does machine learning actually work? That sounds pretty technical.
Yeah, it is. But I can try to explain it in a way that makes sense. For business owners, think of machine learning like this. It's like teaching a computer to learn from data without explicitly programming every single step.
Yeah.
You feed the AI a massive amount of information, like customer purchase history, market trends, or even social media sentiment, and the algorithm learns to identify patterns, make predictions, and even generate creative solutions based on that data.
So it's almost like giving your business a super-powered brain that can process information and make decisions way faster and more accurately than any human could. That's impressive. But I think a lot of us are still worried about that human touch getting lost. We've all experienced those frustrating interactions. With automated systems that just don't get us, is that the future of business? Are we all just going to become robots talking to other robots?
That's a really valid concern, and it's one that we need to address head on. The source material actually highlights some really compelling examples of how AI can actually enhance the human element in business, not eliminate it. For instance, imagine you're running a small e-commerce store. You pride yourself on providing personalized customer service, but you're also overwhelmed by the sheer volume of inquiries. An AI-powered chatbot could handle those routine questions like order status updates, shipping information, basic product details, freeing up your human team to focus on the complex issues that require empathy and nuanced problem solving.
So instead of replacing your human team, the AI becomes like a super efficient assistant, handling the mundane tasks so your people can focus on building those valuable customer relationships.
Exactly. It's about using AI to augment human capabilities, not erase them. And this applies to a lot of areas. Imagine AI helping you personalize your marketing messages, so each customer feels like you're speaking directly to them. Or using AI to analyze your sales data and identify trends that might otherwise go unnoticed, leading to better business decisions.
That's starting to sound less like a robot takeover and more like a powerful tool for making your business smarter and more efficient. But let's be real, none of this matters if it doesn't translate into a tangible return on investment. Our sources call this investment skepticism, which I think perfectly captures the feeling a lot of business owners have. Is this really worth it, especially for a smaller operation like mine?
That's the million-dollar question. And I totally understand the hesitation, but I think it's helpful to shift our perspective here. Instead of viewing AI as just another expense, Think of it as a strategic investment. That can actually save you money in the long run.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does that work?
Well, consider this. One of the articles we're looking at features a case study of a small manufacturing company that implemented AI to optimize its production process. The AI was able to analyze data from various sensors and machines in real time, identifying inefficiencies and predicting potential breakdowns before they happened. This allowed the company to reduce downtime, optimize resource allocation, and ultimately save a significant amount of money on maintenance and repairs. And what's interesting is that this wasn't some massive corporation with unlimited resources. This was a small business that saw a tangible return on their AI investment.
That's a great example. It really highlights how AI isn't just for the big players anymore. It's a tool that businesses of all sizes can use to gain a competitive edge. But I'm guessing that's just one example of many. What are some other ways AI is delivering a real ROI for businesses?
We'll dive into more specific examples later on. But broadly speaking, AI can drive ROI in a few key ways. First, by automating tasks and streamlining processes. It can significantly reduce operational costs. Second, by personalizing customer experiences. It can lead to increased sales and customer loyalty. And third, by providing data-driven insights. It can help you make smarter business decisions that ultimately lead to better outcomes.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about working smarter, making better decisions, and ultimately creating more value for your customers and your business. But I have to admit, I'm still a little wary of all this. It sounds great in theory, but how do we actually make it happen in the real world? Where do we even begin?
That's where we'll pick up in the next part of our deep dive. We'll explore practical strategies for implementing AI into your business, starting small, maintaining human oversight, and choosing the right tools for your specific needs.
That's exactly what I need to hear. I'm ready to go from theory to action. We'll be right back after a quick break to delve into the practical side of putting AI to work for your business. Stay with us. All right, so we've talked about the fears and the potential benefits of AI for business owners. Now let's get down to like brass tacks. How do we actually put this stuff into practice?
One of the biggest misconceptions about AI is that it requires like a massive overhaul of your entire business, a
Yeah.
huge upfront investment, and a team of tech wizards to manage it all.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that's holding me back. It feels like AI is this exclusive club for big tech companies with deep pockets. But our sources actually suggest a much more approachable approach.
That's right. The key is to start small and scale gradually. Don't try to do everything at once. Instead, focus on specific areas of your business where AI can make an immediate impact. What are some of the pain points you're experiencing right now? Where could you use a little extra help?
Well, customer service is the constant struggle for us. We're a small team, and we're constantly bombarded with calls about everything, from shipping times to product details. It feels like we're spending all our time answering the same questions over and over again.
That's a perfect example of where AI can step in and make a huge difference. Imagine having an AI-powered chatbot on your website that can handle those routine inquiries 24/7. It can provide instant answers to frequently asked questions, track orders, and even guide customers through basic troubleshooting steps.
So instead of my team manually answering the same questions, like hundreds of times a day, the AI can handle the heavy lifting, freeing us up to focus on those more complex customer issues that really require a human touch.
Precisely. And it's not just about freeing up your team's time. It's about providing your customers with a better experience. People are increasingly accustomed to instant gratification, and an AI chatbot can provide that immediate support they crave without sacrificing the quality of your service.
But what about those more complex issues that require empathy and creative problem solving, the kind of things that AI might not be equipped to handle?
That's where the concept of human oversight comes in. It's essential to view AI as a tool that complements and enhances human capabilities, not replaces them. Think of it like this. AI can handle the routine, the repetitive, the data-driven tasks. But humans are still the ones making the big decisions, setting the strategy, and ensuring that your brand, voice, and values are reflected in every interaction.
So it's about finding the right balance, the sweet spot where AI is working behind the scenes, to streamline operations and improve efficiency. But humans are still in the driver's seat, guiding the overall experience.
Exactly. One of our sources actually put it this way. Think of AI as the logistics manager and humans as the creative directors. AI can manage the data, the processes, the systems. But it's humans who bring the creativity, the empathy, the strategic vision that truly sets your business apart.
That analogy makes a lot of sense, but how do we ensure that AI is actually aligning with our business values and brand voice.
That's where the implementation process becomes crucial. When you're selecting AI solutions, it's important to choose providers who prioritize transparency and ethical practices. You want to understand how the AI is making decisions, what data it's using, and how you can maintain control over the process.
Our sources really emphasize the importance of maintaining human oversight throughout the entire AI implementation process.
They're absolutely right. It's not about setting up an AI system and letting it run wild. It's about being actively involved, monitoring the results, and ensuring that the AI is working in harmony with your human team and your overall business goals.
So it's a collaboration, a partnership between humans and AI, not a replacement.
Exactly. And that collaboration can be incredibly powerful. One of the sources highlights a case study of a financial services company that used AI to analyze customer data and identify those who might be at risk of falling behind on their loan payments. But instead of simply sending automated reminders or taking harsh collection measures, the AI flagged those at-risk customers to human advisors who could reach out proactively and offer personalized support.
Wow, that's a great example of how AI can be used to enhance the human touch, not diminish it. By providing insights and flagging potential issues, the AI allowed the human advisors to focus their time and energy on building relationships and providing genuinely helpful support.
It's a win-win situation. The AI improves efficiency and identifies potential problems, while the human advisors provide the empathy and personalized guidance that customers value.
This is starting to paint a much more optimistic picture of how AI can be implemented in a responsible and ethical way. But let's get even more specific. What are some tangible examples of how AI is being used across various industries?
Let's start with an industry that's near and dear to both of our hearts. Media. Imagine a media company using AI to analyze audience engagement data and personalize content recommendations. The AI could track which articles, videos, or podcasts are resonating with specific demographics, and then use that information to suggest other content they might enjoy.
That's fascinating. It's like having a personal editor for every single subscriber, ensuring they're getting the most relevant and engaging content. And I imagine this could be applied to all sorts of media, from news websites to streaming platforms.
Exactly. And it's not just about personalization. AI can also be used to optimize content creation. For example, some media companies are using AI to generate basic news reports or summaries, freeing up human journalists to focus on more in-depth reporting and analysis.
So AI isn't replacing journalists, it's actually helping them do their jobs more effectively and efficiently.
That's right. And the possibilities extend far beyond media. One of our sources highlights how AI is being used in healthcare to analyze medical images, detect potential diseases earlier and more accurately, and even assist surgeons during complex procedures.
Those are some incredible applications. It sounds like AI is revolutionizing the healthcare industry, leading to faster diagnoses, more effective treatments, and ultimately better patient outcomes.
And what's really exciting is that we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with AI. As the technology continues to evolve, we're going to see even more innovative and transformative applications emerge across every industry imaginable.
This is starting to feel less like a robot takeover and more like a wave of unprecedented opportunity. But I have to admit, I'm still a little concerned about the potential downsides. What about the ethical considerations? How do we ensure that AI is being used for good, not for harm?
That's a crucial question, and one we need to address carefully. We'll dive into the ethical implications of AI in the next part of our deep dive.
That's perfect. I'm eager to explore those important questions and ensure we're all using this powerful technology responsibly. We'll be back in a moment for the final part of our AI deep dive. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to our AI deep dive. We've, explored the fears, the realities, and the practical applications of AI for businesses. But now I think let's kind of take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What does the rise of AI mean for society as a whole?
That's the question that keeps a lot of experts up at night. And honestly, it doesn't have easy answers. I think what we can do is look at the trends, analyze the data, and try to make sense of where this incredible technology might be taking us.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good place to start. Our sources seem to agree that AI is going to fundamentally reshape the world. But how exactly will that transformation play out? What are some of the key things we should be paying attention to? Well, one of the most significant trends, I think, is the increasing democratization of AI. In the past, AI was largely confined to the realms of big tech companies, universities, government labs, places with massive budgets and specialized expertise. But that's rapidly changing.
So you're saying AI is becoming more accessible, more affordable, more available to the average person, not just the tech giant.
Exactly. And that's driving a wave of innovation that's unlike anything we've ever seen. Startups are popping up everywhere, developing AI-powered solutions to problems that we never thought could be solved. And established businesses are finding new ways to integrate AI into their existing operations, becoming more efficient, more agile, more responsive to customer needs.
That's exciting. It sounds like AI is leveling the playing field, giving smaller companies the tools they need to compete with the big guys.
In many ways, yes. But it also presents some new challenges. As AI becomes more powerful, more pervasive, we need to think carefully about its potential impact on jobs, privacy, and even our social fabric.
Those are some serious concerns, and they're the ones that keep coming up in our source material. Let's start with jobs. There's a lot of anxiety about AI taking over, leaving millions of people unemployed. Is that a realistic fear?
It's a valid concern, and one we need to address thoughtfully. There's no doubt that some jobs will be automated, particularly those that involve repetitive tasks, data entry, things that can be easily programmed into an algorithm. But AI will also create new jobs, jobs that require skills that machines simply don't have. Creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, the very things that make us human.
So it's not so much about jobs disappearing, it's about jobs evolving,
Yeah,
shifting,
particularly.
requiring new skill sets.
Exactly, and that means that we need to adapt, to embrace lifelong learning, to invest in education and training programs that equip people with the skills they'll need to thrive in an AI-powered world.
That makes a lot of sense. But what about those privacy concerns? We hear a lot about AI, collecting data on us, tracking our every move, building these massive profiles that can be used to manipulate us. How do we ensure that AI is used responsibly, ethically, without compromising our individual freedoms?
That's a crucial question, and one that's really at the forefront of the debate surrounding AI. One of our sources highlights the need for what they call algorithmic accountability. Essentially, it's about demanding transparency. From the companies and organizations that develop and deploy AI systems, we need to understand how these systems are making decisions, what data they're using, and what safeguards are in place to prevent bias, discrimination, or misuse.
That sounds like a tall order, but it's one that we can't afford to ignore. We need to be vigilant, to hold these companies accountable, and to ensure that AI is used for good, not for harm.
I agree. And it's not just about regulation, it's about fostering a culture of ethical AI development, encouraging companies to prioritize human values, fairness, transparency, accountability in every step of the process.
It sounds like there's a lot of work to be done, but also a lot of potential for positive change.
Absolutely. AI is a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to decide how we want to shape this technology, to ensure that it serves humanity, not the other way around.
Well said. It's a bit daunting, but also incredibly exciting to think that we're living through this moment of unprecedented technological transformation. It feels like we're standing at the edge of a new frontier.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it. We are at the frontier,
Yeah.
and it's up to us to explore it wisely, with courage, with compassion, and with a deep sense of responsibility for the future we're creating.
I love that. And I think on that note, we've reached the end of our AI deep dive. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the practical applications of AI for business to the broader societal implications. And it's clear that this is a conversation that's just beginning.
Indeed. AI is a constantly evolving field, and it's one that will continue to shape our world in profound ways. It's important to stay informed, to engage in thoughtful dialogue, and to embrace the possibilities while also acknowledging the challenges.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We hope you've gained some valuable insights and that you'll continue to explore the fascinating world of AI with a sense of curiosity, wonder, and cautious optimism. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the ideas, technologies, and trends that are shaping our world. Until then, stay curious and keep learning.